All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another quick video. All right, y'all, so this is a video I wanted to do a few weeks ago. I saw this posted up on Miranda Maverick's IG. I think it was like October 11th. She posted this up. She made a nice little call out. And, I said, okay, I like this. I just got a little bit busy, because other things were going on in the fight game. But we don't have anything going on this weekend. So I said, you know what? I'll come back and get my thoughts on this call out from Miranda Maverick. But this is what she posted up on her IG. She said, let's get this thing scheduled. And she tagged Andrea Lee. She said, Andrea Lee and I are both down to fight before 2024, but any date is good. And she tagged Mick Maynard. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's a nice little call out. I like the fact that Miranda Maverick, she's always calling fighters out. And, she's always down to fight. She's always staying active, whether she's taking on a bigger challenge or somebody just to, kind of keep her tuned up. She's always calling names out, so that's one thing I respect about Miranda Maverick as a fighter, because I feel like she's one of those fighters that, as soon as she got in, they started giving her some of the toughest fights. She's had some fights here and there where I expected her to win, but there's been a lot of tough fights that she's been taking. And, I think that's been making her better as a fighter. And it's also been building up her confidence. And now, once again, she's calling out a former top 10 fighter in Andrea Lee, which is good on her because she needs this fight. She needs this type of fight. And I think this is good for her, at this point, because Andrea Lee was unranked after going on a 3-fight losing streak again, right? Because she lost to Arujo, Macy Barber in a close fight, and now she lost to Natalia Silva. But with the cutting of Jennifer Maia, that bumped Andrea Lee right back into 15. I don't know why, because there are other fighters, I think, on better win streaks than Andrea Lee right now, but that puts her in the top 15. But that's a good, that's a good opportunity for Miranda Maverick. She saw it, and, she said, hey, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. So good on her, good on her for her to make that call out. But yeah, my thoughts on the fight, I think it's a good matchup, definitely a good matchup that needs to happen. I think it's another test for Miranda Maverick. And like I always say, at some point, fighters on the downside like Andrea Lee and fighters like Miranda who are getting better and trying to move up, they will meet in the middle with, some fighters that they have trained with in the past, and I think that's something me and BJ, shout out to BJ from No Filter MMA, we've discussed before, even behind the scenes, when we talk about fighters in general, men, women, whatever, even for me in boxing, like at some point, fighters that train together that are in the same weight class in the same organization, you two are going to fight eventually. It's just like in the tough house, right? You two are going to have to meet up eventually. So you can't really say, no, I don't want to fight this person, or I choose not to fight this person, because there's going to be a position where you either have to call them out or you're going to get matched up. You're going to get that call. And that's going to be a one opportunity to, really show up and show out. Like same thing with Montana De La Rosa. I know she's trained with JJ Aldridge, Miranda Maverick, and Andrea Lee and all of them before. And I think there were some times where I didn't think they were going to mix it up like that. But see, Montana De La Rosa at some point had to, because JJ Aldridge had to step in as a short notice. They tried to give her other fights, but those other fights had pulled out. They got canceled. So JJ Aldridge has to step in, and they call her and say, you want to fight? She takes it. And then what does she do? She uses that to her advantage. She says, I already trained with her. I know her. So I already know what she's going to do. And she takes advantage of that. So in a way, it is a disadvantage and an advantage, for the winner, of course. JJ knows her opponent. So, you train with a fighter in the same weight class, same organization. You know that person. But it's the downside for Montana. Now somebody knows you, and they can beat you, right? So that's another reason why sometimes I think these fighters shouldn't train together that are in the same weight class, in the same organization, because you're going to fight, you're going to put your friendship on the line, and that other person is going to know you. So sometimes I think you have to step out of the box. Fighters like Manon, Tyler, Aaron, you don't really see them training with the same fighters like that. So, yeah, but anyways, I'm just kind of going off on that because, I know Miranda and Andrea Lee, they trained before, but I like the fact that now they know what they're up against, and they apparently they talk behind the scenes, and she said her and Andrea Lee are both down to do it. So it's not like necessarily she's making this call out and say, Andrea Lee, I want you. I guess they talked behind the scenes, and they agreed on it. As you read it now, as you look at it, how she said, look, let's get this thing scheduled. Andrea Lee and I are both down to fight. So she already said, we're both down to fight before 2024. So they want to squeeze one more fight in. We're already we're at the end of October now, so we got 2 more months, November, December. Let's see if the UFC puts this one down. My thoughts on how the fight could go. Like I said, I like where Miranda Maverick is going right now as far as her confidence and her striking. I think she's starting to sit down on her punches a little bit more. You know, she's starting to get that little slickness down with her head movement, and she's willing to engage, you know, on the ground and on the feet. So I think the place Andrea Lee is in right now, I think that, you know, she's the one more in a dangerous spot here because, you know, Andrea Lee, we've kind of seen her hit her peak. You know, we've seen her hit her peak like 3 or 4 years ago. Sometimes she's here, sometimes she's there. It kind of depends on the opponent that's standing in front of her, the one that's not really going to engage. Then she'll kind of get this confidence and start letting go, like when she fought Calvillo and like Shevchenko, Antonina, that is, right? But I think Miranda Maverick, she kind of fights with. I always think Miranda Maverick always fights like somebody that wants to be in a fight, you know, and she wants to go for it. And she wants to win. It's just that she's been overpowered by some of the more powerful grapplers like Erin Blanchfield and Jazzy Vicious, you know, girls like that. But other than that, I always think that Miranda, she listens to her corner, and she's always fought, you know, with a solid game plan. But of course, there's been some holes here and there. But I think that with what she possesses, she's going to show you what she has, and she's going to give it to you. And I think right now, this is a good position that she's in right now to call out Andrea Lee now that Andrea Lee is ranked again, and that'll put her back into a top 15 spot again. You know, like I said, that top 15 spot, it's like a revolving door. Anybody can kind of get that spot right now. So now that Andrea Lee's got it, you know, Miranda's making a good call out, and she said, hey, we want it. Let's go ahead and put it on the line. That's a good fight. So, yeah, if they can schedule it in the next 2 months, that's even better because Miranda, she's coming off a good win, you know, with Cachoeira, and now she wants to stay active, get another look. Andrea Lee, she still needs another fight to kind of get herself back in the mix. Dangerous fight for her because this could be her walking papers. You know, this could be her walking papers. I guess Miranda Maverick say, hey, yeah, you want to fight? Andrea said, yeah, because I'm about to hand you these walking papers, you know, because Miranda, she'll let it go. You know, she'll let it go. She's a competitive fighter, and she'll let it go in there. But Andrea Lee, she's going to really need to let it go because this will be her 4th loss in a row. You know, if Miranda Maverick shows up and puts her out, you know. So, yeah, my thoughts on the fight. Good call out. This is what these girls need to do. Start talking behind the scenes and start saying, hey, yeah, we can do this. Let's go ahead and make this matchup, hey, and bring it to, you know, the big heads like Dana White and Mick Maynard. It makes their jobs easier, right? But let me know, guys, what y'all think of this matchup. Miranda Maverick versus Andrea Lee for that top 15 spot. And for Andrea Lee's career, should they go ahead and make this thing next month or December? I think they could squeeze it in. These fighters, they like to stay active, and this is where you'll see Miranda at her best when she's, you know, flowing and keeping it fresh. Good fight. What do y'all think, guys? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.